Oh, dude, I did not want to fucking wake up, man. So, went over there, grabbed me some breakfast. I'm about to eat real quick. Kind of remind me the same type of food I was eating. Actually, this is the exact type of food I was eating when I was in training. Hold on. See? It's eggs and sausage, some orange juice, and then a yogurt. You know? Have a nice quick breakfast before I go home today. Well, I'm not going home before I go back to the terminal and then get my truck. So hopefully I should be on the road again today. If not, fuck it. I'll take another day off. I don't mind. I'm enjoying this shit right now. So surrounding yourself with different ideology, you know, because we are a product of our surrounding, right? And over time, you surround yourself with begins to show its influence in your action, in your thought pattern, in everything you do. So, take for example, right? Someone who listens to, a lot of pro-black, um, I don't want to say propaganda, but yeah, a lot of pro-black propaganda. So then, therefore, they will constantly see white people as the enemy, right? Just like somebody who always listened to um conservative propaganda or white propaganda. So they will always view black people as in like, they're lazy, they ain't worth shit, so on and so forth. So now they will never acknowledge some atrocity that has been committed in the past. Just like black people will then always use the atrocity that was committed in the past as a clutch to why they are the way they are now. So there's always going to be that divide and conquer. Same thing as, let's say that if you surround yourself with just feminine mind, feministic mindset, then you're always going to see the men as the enemy, as oppressive, as misogynistic, so on and so forth. And the reverse is also the truth. Like if you surround yourself by people that are just telling you that women ain't shit, women are bad, women, everything that happened to men is women's fault, then you're gonna grow up with that thinking that, you know, no women are worth them. Like perfect example, right? See, my girl was at some point was binging on Love and Hip Hop, right? Yo, that show's all about motherfuckers cheating, motherfuckers, doing ratchet shit, whole bunch of stuff. Like what up, series? Yeah, speaking of the devil. So now that for that period of time she was binging on that shit, she had like all these doubts, all these, like that bit of a trust issue because of the surrounding that she had, the like that dopamine fix that she was having. And she'll try to give me a hard fucking time. And as soon as she put that shit down, she calmed the fuck down, and that's it. We moved on. So it's like this. It's like also when I was like constantly listening to like MGTOW stuff, right? That also had an influence on me as well because like every time that my girl did something that I didn't agree with, I just looked at it as in like, oh man, you just like every other woman, you know? So so then I had that mindset. I just put her in that box, in that category, as in like, you just like everybody else. You just like these feminists. You just like these guys, or I mean, or these women. You know. So I had to like take a step back and just analyze the situation. Actually, look at it from the individual perspective. You know. And yeah, from time to time, I do revert to my old ways. Just like sometimes to time she does revert to her old ways. But you have to be diverse in your thought process. So then, therefore, ideologies are meant to be challenged. That's why I always tell people, like, when I say something you don't agree with, yeah, holla at me, man. You know, I mean, it's like trolls don't stick around for long because their shit don't work. They will just. That's also why a lot of time people will tell you to shut the fuck up. They don't want you to speak on certain things because if they already know that their ideology is flawed and then you present a different perspective that triggers an emotion out of them, so now they would have to actually step back and analyze their own thought. And not too many people want to do that. They want to have an idea, they just want to be right. you know it's like, I understand white people are evil, that's all I want to think about, so then therefore anybody who says different is either a coon or a sellout or a racist. you know or it's like, men ain't shit. And if you believe that, and if you think differently, then you a man hater. You misogynist pig. You making up excuses for abuses of men. No, you know how that shit goes. So therefore, that's why they constantly try to shut down, especially those who make sense, especially those who actually speak with logic, because motherfuckers that's just trolling, channels that's just trolling, that just ain't about nothing really. Those channels, they love those channels. You know why? Because it proved them right. That's why when like, let's say MGTOW, who want to show that women are crazy, what do? They actually goes for the craziest women, the craziest social justice warriors to actually display, like, see, I told you these bitches ain't shit. You know, it's like the same thing with um feminist or feminist men or women. They will just like take the worst example and then to portray that these men ain't shit. It all depends on what the fuck you're selling. All depends on what the fuck you're selling. But now it's up to you as the buyer, because you pay with your attention, right? You pay with your attention, and then you consume those ideology. Now it's up to you, to the buyer, to actually surround yourself and actually browse around in the ideological marketplace. Did I even say it right? Yeah, in the ideology of, yeah, the marketplace of ideology. So you just don't be afraid to check out white channels, because these motherfuckers are looking at what you're doing. Don't be afraid to, like, check out all these fucking channels you want, like, even people you don't agree with. Even people you don't agree with, whether it's like, if you're atheist, check out some Christian channels. You might come across some ideology that, that actually makes sense. So then therefore you understand their perspective, where they're coming from. So then therefore now your thought pattern will then have, you know, a reference point to which that, okay, that person pointed out something that actually exposed a flaw in my argument. Let me investigate further. And that's how you actually have a healthy brain. That's how you actually have a logical brain. So, I guess that's my thought for today. This is Art Banaka. Yeah, don't be afraid to actually have your ideology challenged, and also don't be afraid to challenge others' ideology as well, because only then, if an ideology can survive the test of time, only then it could actually be considered truth. This is Art Banaka. Share, like, comment. I really appreciate you guys commenting on my videos. And because I like having those type of conversation with y'all. And that's what I'm in YouTube for. I'm not there for like a whole bunch of subscribers. I mean, even though it's nice to have subscribers, but I'm there to actually have a conversation, and that's healthy debates, whatever you call it. And from time to time, a little bit of trolling, especially when they come my way. So that's what I like about YouTube. So yeah, you guys comment.